Somebody's got to do it, right? Oh, man.
All right, you gonna click us in?
Are we clicking in? All right, here
I
we go.
think so.
Lunch break. Take one.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome
Meredith.
to today's
Hi,
lunch
Meredith.
break. Welcome
Does
to
it
the.
distract you every Sunday when you're like, morning, everyone? Morning.
No, I love it. Do it.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You do the high
Keep
five
going.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes,
Was that-
and I said howdy this week.
After I
He
yelled
dared
it at
me.
you. I yelled it at you.
You did, but then I still said it.
Can we dare her to say things?
He did. He
Yeah.
dared me. He said he was going to pay me.
I told her I'd give her all the money in my front left pocket.
Which was the nickel.
Which was nothing.
Nothing.
Which
It
was
was a
some
gum
lint.
wrapper.
Some lint.
So
Which
what
I
word could
knew.
we have what should we dare Meredith to say this Sunday?
I am not. I'm not like. I don't care about that.
You
You can dare me. I don't
You
care.
just have to work it into your welcome.
If,
I
like,
don't care about dares.
Could we do the word persnickety? Like, could you work that in? Persnickety?
You're so persnickety about what's happening here.
I think she could do that. I think-
Download our app.
Could I or should I? Those are two different questions.
And I think they both say yes.
No, I
Yes.
don't think so.
We've both said our
I don't.
fair share of things from platform that are, well,
Questionable.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
How about we talk about this past weekend?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
good
I
idea.
said howdy,
All right,
so I
good
did
idea.
this past weekend.
Yep.
We had a great weekend celebrating. We got to celebrate Courtney and Colt
Yep.
and baby Zoe, and it was so much fun. I don't know if you had fun. I had fun,
So,
but
how many times do you hear Court and Coltney
oh yeah.
instead of, because
Oh
my
my
wife says that
gosh.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Court and Coltney instead of
Mhm.
Colt and
Yeah.
Courtney.
Yeah.
Most people just resigned to calling us Coltney.
Coltney.
Coltney,
That's what
yeah.
that's what I said when we were getting ready for the
Yeah.
shower. I said, let's just call him Coltney. That
Col-
it
Yeah.
works. It
Mhm.
works.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years of it, like, we're used to it. by now.
Brangelina. We got
Yeah.
Brangelina,
Brangelina
and we've
and
got
Coltney.
It
Coltney.
works.
I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Coltney.
works.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
huge shout out to Isabella DeRosa
Yes.
Absolutely.
because her decorations were absolutely gorgeous. We
Yep.
love you guys. I hope that you felt blessed. We just wanted to love on you, and you got some diapers and some wipes.
Just
I
a
saw.
few. Just a
Just
few.
You got
few.
you got
A
some.
million.
So that's
That'll
exciting.
last about 3 weeks. It'll be
That's
amazing.
Yep.
right. That's exactly right.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we got to celebrate John on
Yeah,
Saturday,
that was
and that
good.
was fun too.
That was great.
But you know what I was thinking? Because we had fish after church on Sunday to celebrate him.
Yeah.
Which was, by the way, Christian, Kevin,
Kevin
Todd.
was back there as well.
I think your daughter Natalie was helping.
Yes, she was.
Uh,
Dave Manus
Dave
helped.
Manus. Okay, yeah, there's probably some other. Unbelievable.
So
if you didn't
delicious.
stay, like, that was better than fish I paid for in, like, high-end restaurants. It was so good.
Absolutely.
So good. I mean, just.
Absolutely. I don't know why my husband insists I cook at home. There's no reason. I mean, he should just be doing all of the cooking.
No, he needs to come over to my house.
there you go.
It's a little
Christian,
side job,
Coltney
baby.
needs you. Coltney needs you. Just, they're having a kid. Like, come
There
on.
you go.
Mhm.
But we had fish after church and it was wonderful and delicious and we celebrated John.
Mhm.
And then I'm a youth sponsor, so I went to youth group Sunday night. We had so much fish left over that we ate fish again, and I sat there eating it and wondering, did we ask John if he likes fish? Does John like fish? Because we fed him fish twice on Sunday,
Does it? Oh,
so
that's what. Does he like fish?
he did eat it. So
Did he
I'm
eat it?
Yes.
But does
He
he
ate
like it?
I don't know. I
Ooh.
don't know. We just were so
I'm
excited
kidding.
about
Yeah.
sending him off to the ocean.
It was a theme thing.
It
'cause
was,
I'm
and we were-
we're all theme. I'm a theme guy. Like I
Yes.
like. So we had
And
the fun. Jean Voyage.
Jean Voyage, yes.
and the
We
Navy.
said it.
And
We
we
said
did.
right.
Yeah, it was
Jean
good.
Voyage.
We didn't even ask, did we?
We didn't because it just made sense
Yeah.
to do fish.
Also, now I'm intrigued. Like, does John? I mean, he ate it.
He did.
But it may not be his favorite.
It may not be his favorite. He may would have said if we had asked him, John, can we serve fish? He may would have said, it's not my favorite. But we did have chicken too, and lots of veggies,
We did.
and
And hush
coleslaw,
puppies.
and hush
Hush
puppies.
You put hush puppies in front of me, I'm good.
Yeah.
So there were lots of options, and he did.
It was
eat
really
fish.
good.
Yeah.
It was
Salmon. We had
delicious.
salmon.
We had salmon.
I was like, man, your
We
your
had
husband's
good.
up in his game.
I know.
Like that whole team, like the whole
I
crew, like all the food service team, the whole like.
So
So
I
what's
keep
next?
telling him,
When's
we
there
keep
gonna be
up
our
in the
next event?
bar.
Like, I know,
What's
right?
it gonna be? I don't know. October is our next church-wide
Ooh.
barbecue.
Mhm.
Ooh.
October.
So it'll be the whole
Church-wide
men's
barbecue. Yes,
barbecue
the big
team.
men's event barbecue. Yeah, good stuff.
All right, I have to get my stretchy pants out.
That's
for that one.
right.
Get ready
That's
for
right.
it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go find you some maternity pants at a thrift store, you know. Police show up that
No,
Sunday on stage
no.
with maternity pants.
If you say persnickety, I may consider showing up. in
no,
a
only
maternity
if you will do it while I say persnickety, because that's a challenge, persnickety right there.
That's a lot easier than maternity preaching in maternity pants.
It's true.
We'll say.
That's true.
We'll say.
Maybe we get Colt in maternity pants.
Nope.
I mean, if
Nope.
you're not going to do it, he's not going to do it.
I still have
Unless
this
they're black
cat shirt.
denim.
This cat shirt. What was it? The dinosaur. When I wore a
The
dinosaur
dinosaur
shirt, and I
Yes.
threatened to buy Colt this cat shirt, and I found one on Amazon, but it's like $50. It was glow in the dark. It was glorious.
Oh, it's glow in the dark. That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be amazing? But it was $50, and I'm too. Not that.
Am I not
Not that I don't love you.
$50?
Well, that's. I caught myself right in the middle of that of going. Okay, if I finish that sentence, that's going to come across as really
Yeah.
bad. But
Go on now.
Well, no, it's a challenge for Jared. He's just got to find it in the budget somehow.
yes,
So-
that's what it is. $50. It's.
Yeah,
It was.
There's got to be a special designated fund.
that's right.
It was
Doesn't need to
fantastic. It was just like it was one of those where you would see in those photo fails from high school where you have the guy holding the cat and then like the
Yes.
shadow over here of
Uh-huh.
him holding the
Gosh.
cat. Have you seen?
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's one of those kind of cat shirts. So good.
Come on.
So good.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Challenge accepted.
All right.
Never happened.
So this weekend,
Yes.
we've got men versus women trivia night. Women
Mhm.
need to be there. We got to come
Guys
back.
won last time. The guys won last time. I will
Yes,
say
they
the guys.
did. I know, that's what I'm
so
saying.
we're hanging on to that victory.
No, women, come
We got
on,
that W,
sign
so-
up. My team was last, so just don't sit at the table with me.
Don't sign up for Meredith's team. So-
No, I
But
don't
hey,
do so well at trivia.
if there's
but
90s music as part of the trivia questions,
That I've
you,
got.
you may not know this about Meredith, but she has mad skills when it comes to obscure music trivia. We were on vacation together. Our
Uh-huh.
families were together one time, and they had this like trivia thing. They would play like 2 notes from a song. Meredith's,
Yes.
oh, I know that one.
Yep,
Like she
Yep.
just rocked it.
I do.
I think I got 0 correct.
I think you did. That's correct.
Yeah.
You did. You got 0.
No, yeah, I'm about 100% sure I got 0. Meredith got all of them.
All
no,
but one.
that's right. There was one. at
They
the end.
played the very first note of "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. The first note.
Yep.
Just one.
And I couldn't hear it very well,
Mhm.
and I just couldn't get that one. All the rest of them.
You
I
may
got
have
it.
blamed the crowd noise.
I did.
Too,
I'm
think.
sure I did.
Yeah.
You could have done what I did one time. We went to Stone Mountain for Christmas, and they were like guess the Christmas song or whatever, and
Yes.
and the pianist just like played one chord really quick,
Uh huh.
and I just went, yeah, it's C major, and the lady emceeing was like, okay, I'm serious, it's C major. She had to turn around to the pianist and like, yeah,
That's
That's
right.
correct.
I got a prize.
Yeah.
Did you
there
get?
you
I
go.
got
see,
it.
okay.
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 Yeah.
There you go.
So-
Okay.
There's a lot of things I
Well, all I'm going to
Okay.
say is that last year at the men's versus women's trivia night, at least half the questions were about sports.
Yes.
Unfair.
No.
Whoever's doing the questions this year, limited sports questions, please.
Are you saying that women don't know much about sports?
Not as much as some of the men do. I believe that true. We had some women that did, but more men than women knew about the sports. Now,
So-
the women that knew probably knew a lot. So I'm not doubting their ability, but more men than women knew about sports. And it was an unfair advantage.
I can't relate to
I
anything that's
can't
happening
talk,
right
talk in
now.
this conversation.
I was gonna say Colt.
Not an advantage for him.
No.
Not an advantage for
Colt
him.
is not helpful in that
But I'm
category.
gonna call out Chris Sobchak. Sports questions, stop it this year. Just stop it. Okay, that's all. So that's Saturday
Not
night.
that you're bitter about this at all.
Not
Yes,
that I
but
have
that's
any kind of
Saturday, right?
feelings
That's
about
Saturday.
it.
Okay, gotcha.
Go on the app and sign up for that. Probably today's your last day. I would have to go back and look for sure when the cutoff is, but it's soon. So go on the app because we have an app
We have an app.
and sign up for the trivia night. And then this weekend, what's happening on Sunday?
So we got some music, right?
I believe so.
We have some music. Okay,
I was
great.
planning on it.
Yeah. So what are we singing? What are we doing?
So I wrote down this time, so I don't have to drive. We're doing Jehovah,
yes.
Worthy, Plead the Blood, Living Hope. Yeah.
I love that song, Jehovah.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like
Uh-huh.
we did it at camp. I took my son and your son
Mhm.
and my nephew to camp, summer camp, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We sang that song first time. And my son, who's 8, we were in the car, and the girls were like, "Can we sing that song with the names of God in it?" And Jehovah, yeah, that one that Mr. Cole did. Like, and so they're just like, and so we're rocking it out. And my 8-year-old's like, I knew this song before you did. And you know, his older sister, my second child, is like, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yes, I did. And so they're like fighting and arguing over this, like, who knew that this worship song first? It's the challenges of being a pastor's kid, right?
Well,
Like,
I had
that's
those
what
kind
you
of
fight against.
arguments with my sisters. Listening to the radio, they'd be singing along, and I'm the oldest, and I should know this song, but they know it, and they'll say, "Oh, I know this song." I'm like, "No, you don't." But of course they did. It's something about being the older. You can't let the younger one
And that's fair.
know
probably.
more than
That's
you.
true.
It's not okay.
That's true.
So, are you
So-
oldest or younger? I can't remember
I'm
who
the
you
oldest.
are. Oldest.
I am.
So-
I am indeed the oldest. But my brother also thinks that like 2005 worship music is still like contemporary. So, like a few months ago, he was like, "Hey, have you heard?" I can't remember what song it was. He was like, "Have you heard such and such song?" I'm like, "Yeah, like 10 years ago when it came out." Oh, is it really that old? Mm-hmm.
That's like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's nope. Nope.
Gosh.
That's not.
So I heard this on the radio. They're doing sports. So, but
Oh.
bear with me. They're doing the old timers baseball game. Derek Jeter's going to be there to celebrate the 1998 World Series, which was 25 years ago.
Golly. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yep.
Crazy. Anyway,
We're getting
so
close to vintage.
yeah, so we got
Okay.
music, and then I'm preaching on the Garden of Gethsemane this week. So out of Mark 14, starting at verse 32, we're going to walk through that whole season in the ministry of Christ and just that moment. It's called the Heart of Christ, and so we're going to look at some of the things, the prayers that Jesus prayed, specifically his "Not my will, but yours be done, Lord."
Mhm.
Thought process. You know, it's just that's the heart of Christ, is that he was there to not do his will, but to do the Lord's will as a servant.
Mhm.
Colossians 2 and you know, Philippians, and we're going to pull some of this stuff together. It's awesome. I'm excited about it, and it's just I love this scene, this moment in the Garden of Gethsemane where Jesus is, you know, kneeling and praying, and he's just pouring out his heart to the Lord, and
Because you've been there. Right.
that's part of the deal of why I used to it was always good. I mean, it's a good part of the gospel narrative, right? But after having gone to Israel three times now, getting ready to go a fourth soon, part of what we do when we go is we go to the Garden of Gethsemane, to the actual garden, to the place, and we spend time just privately. We always book it out. And so this little walled garden has all these old olive trees, and we'll book it out just for us, for our group, and we get to spend time just in that garden together. And some of the olive trees, this is what's so cool about olive trees. Some of the olive trees are hundreds and hundreds, 500, 600, 700 years old, which you're like, wow, that's amazing. But the coolest part about olive trees, and I didn't know this till the first time I went, they say that olive trees never die. Because what happens is when the olive tree gets to be about 600 years old, it begins to fall away, like the exterior bark begins to fall off and die, and a new shoot comes up from the root of that same olive tree, and the bark of the old dying olive tree provides nutrients and fertilizer for the new shoot coming from the same root. And so we're standing here, you get to go to this place and you stand there and you're, you know, leaning up against a 500-year-old olive tree that is the great grandchild or the grandchild, so to speak, of the same tree that Jesus would have knelt under when he prayed in that garden. And just that visual image of the old tree making way for the new tree growing up, but it's all connected together, and I mean, it's just.
I mean, that's scripture too, though, that we would commend one generation to the next.
Yes. One is you talk about the Bible talks about the root of Jesse, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, and so that concept, that
Yes.
thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I mean, they're not just making it up. They're going, hey, you've seen this happen. We all know how this works, right? This is the same thing. So out of the framework of the Old Testament and the law and everything there that nourished the ground and prepared the new covenant, brought about, and Christ comes out. And it's just.
I mean, it makes the genealogies throughout Scripture. It takes it past like, oh, that's kind of neat too. Like, oh man, that's beautiful.
Significant.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, and that's one I think that's why I love. If you want to go to Israel, it's so good. It's worth it. It's amazing. We're gonna have an informational meeting.
After church this Sunday.
That's right. So this Sunday, and you're not obligated. You just come, you get the info, find out what the dates are, the costs, and all that kind of stuff. And it's my favorite thing to do is to take people to the Holy Land and let them see it and just walk it, and walk the shore of the Sea of Galilee, right down the beach from Peter's house, thinking, okay, this Jesus may have been walking right here because Peter is mending his nets right here on this same stretch of ground. It's just, gives them chills. It's just so awesome. It's good.
So after church this Sunday in the Student Center, just for a few minutes, and you can get more information about that later too.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about today? We're good.
We're good.
Great.
All right. Thanks for joining us. And oh yeah, there we go.
We're
See you next week.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.